Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to Simply Cards by Kathi. I'm Kathi Yondas, and today I'm excited to share with you a foolproof template for making a pinwheel card. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to make a pinwheel card, but sometimes it gets kind of tricky to line up those little squares. But I'm going to show you a template you can use to do that. These are quick and easy cards. I've made several of them. Stick with me through to the end, and you're going to see 3 more cards that I've done, including one for the holidays. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you found me. And if you're returning or catching me on the replay, thank you for your support and helping me grow my channel. This is the second time I'm doing this video today because in the middle of the first one, something went wonky and the sound went out and then came back in. So let's try this again and let's have some fun. I'm going to switch you over to my desktop. Okay, and hopefully you can see and hear me well now, but I'm going to show you the card we're going to make, and then in the end, I'm going to show you 3 more. This is a pinwheel card, and it's this part is the part that I'm going to show you a foolproof template and how to make it. But really pretty cards, they're quick and easy. So we are going to move this out of the way and get started. So I'm going to show you the paper. I am using a piece of the Fresh as a Daisy paper. And the piece that I'm going to be using is this one. Now I chose this one for 2 reasons. One, because I can use the reverse side of it. This is the wild wheat color with the Moody Mauve, and also copper clay is in here, and we even have the bubble bath, the light pink. So we're going to be using Moody Mauve for a background. We're going to use copper clay for our template. And let me show you how we're going to start. We're going to cut a strip that is 1 1/4 inches. And I'm using my whole 12-inch piece. I hope that's 1 1/4 inches. It looks a little wide. It is a little wide. I cut 1 1/2. So let's trim that down, and we're going to use this for the inside of our card anyway. All right, and now you're just going to cut 1 1/4 inch squares. And it's really easy to do because you have this strip. Now I went ahead and cut mine so you don't have to watch me do it all. Once I got 4 cut of the floral, I flipped it over and I embossed this with one of the 3D embossing folders. And let me bring that in and show you, and hopefully you can see the embossing on that. Because I wanted to add a little bit of texture. So let's move this out of the way, and we are going to bring in our supplies. So now don't worry about measurements, because by 6 o'clock this evening, right down below in the description of this video, you're going to find the blog post that has the supplies, the measurements. There's going to will give you the instructions. So just sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy the card class. I am using a piece of basic white. Now, typically when I use basic white as a card base, I use my heavy or thick basic white. I am not doing that today because this has several layers, so I don't want to add extra weight to the card that I don't need to. So I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of Moody Mauve, and we're just going to go ahead and adhere that to our card base here. There we go. And then our next layer is going to be another layer of basic white. It's 3 3/4 by 5. And I did emboss that with the same 3D embossing folder of the basics. And it's the one that looks like it has the hashtags to it. So let's go ahead and adhere this one. And then we're ready for our template to put our pinwheel together. So I hope you have some fun plans for the weekend and that you're able to enjoy some time crafting or with family. I will be busy working on some more cards, and I'm actually kind of planning what I'm going to order from the new catalog. So we're going to set this off to the side now because we don't need it, and we're going to bring in our template. Now these are copper clay, and each one measures 2 5/8 inch by 2 5/8 inch. And to make our template, I'm going to line one of these up and right along my grid line, a grid paper. And I chose a line so I could line it up point to point. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this one, and this one is going to go straight across. It's just going to be straight. And with that, you want to, and I'm just eyeballing it, you want each of these corners to be fairly equal. So that looks good to me, maybe over just a little bit, a hair. There we go. And now you want to adhere the top to the bottom one. Now you can do that with whatever adhesive you like. I'm just going to pick this up on the end here, add a little bit of multi-purpose glue, and then press it down. So here's your template. Easy, quick, easy, going to guide you through the rest of the card. So I'm going to bring in my 4 pieces. I've got the wild wheat, and now I've got my floral. And we're going to start working our way around this template to make our pinwheel. Now, one of the most important things with laying down the first piece is you only want to put glue on the right side. And you'll see why a little bit later on. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. And we're going to go ahead, and that's on the right side. I got to flip it around here. I'm going to turn it so that I don't get that on there. So again, right side, left side isn't, and you're going to lay it down, and you want to leave just a tiny edge of your copper clay or whatever color you're using for your base showing. Next, you're going to take, I have my wild wheat that's embossed. Now this time you're going to cover the whole thing. You're going to glue the whole thing down, and you're going to just kind of work your way around your template. Again, leaving a little bit of the copper clay edge. So let's just kind of keep doing this. And now this is such a fun, I'm going to turn this around a little bit. And that is the thing. If you do have a pattern paper, you just kind of be mindful of how you're gluing it down. And you may have to turn it around a little bit. And it's just makes it such a pretty card. Now, a couple of the other cards I'm going to show you. One is a Christmas card, and I did use some retired paper. This is a great way to use up paper scraps or use up some of your retired paper for making these cards. Next one down is going to be a wild wheat. Now, I used designer series paper for this one to demonstrate to you, but you can use designer series paper. You can use cardstock. And on a couple of the other cards I'm going to show you, you're going to see that I used a mixture of designer series paper with cardstock that was embossed. Okay, so you see now we're coming to 2 that are very much the same pattern, but they're almost together, which is what we want. Next, our last piece is going to be the embossed wild wheat. And remember, I said we're going to leave this side loose so we can fit it in. And that's how it's going to fit in. So we're going to go ahead and put our glue on the back side of it. And then you're just going to slide this into place. Again, making sure you leave some edge and press down. And now all you have to do is put a little bit of glue on the back side of this. And I'm just going to bring it back, bend it back a little bit, add some glue, and press it down. So here's our pinwheel. Okay, so now I'm ready to apply this to my card. And I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. So let me bring those in. So you can see I've tried to make a pinwheel card before, and it's not been this easy. That template just makes it so easy to get your design very proportionate. So we're going to go ahead and pop this in here. Now, I'm going to put one in the middle because I know this is going in the mail. And we're going to pull our backs off and pop this up. I was able to take a peek, and I have to look closer, but we have gotten access to the new catalog that's coming out for everybody in September. And it is our holiday or fall catalog. And there's some really beautiful papers and stamp sets in there. Now, for those of you that are my customers, I have already ordered those catalogs for you. So you should be getting them sometime between August and early September. All right, we've got our dimensionals on. Now there's two ways you can put this on. One would be to put your point straight up, which tends to be my preference. The other is to do a V at the top. So whichever one you choose to do, there's no right or wrong way. And this fits almost corner to corner on our embossed layer. So I'm going to go ahead and just press that down. Now for the middle, I don't want to leave that blank here. So I have my 2023-2025 in color dots, and I'm going to pick up one of the medium-sized, this is a Moody Mauve, and just place that right there in the center, just to finish that off. So now let's go ahead and do our greeting. I have cut a piece of Moody Mauve, it's 3 3/4, and a piece of basic white that is, this is 3 3/4 by 3/4, and this is 5/8 of an inch by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to stamp the greeting, happy birthday. Now, I wanted a little bit bigger greeting, a little bolder, and this is from Artistically Inked. I just took a greeting from, found one from my stamp sets that I really liked. And we're going to go ahead and stamp this. And we're going to go ahead and just adhere this on, and then we'll pop this up with dimensionals. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And if you are returning, catching me on the replay, which most of you will be with this video since it's the second time I've done it today, thank you so much for being with me and helping me grow my channel. All right, let's just slide this down a little bit straighter. All right, and we're ready to pop this up. Now, I had mentioned to you, you're going to have a free PDF. If you like to get some ideas for inspiration, I have a weekly newsletter that you can sign up for right up at the top of my banner. It'll take you over to my website, and then just sign up for the newsletter each week. I keep you up to date on what's happening with Stampin' Up! And Simply Cards by Kathi, but I also send you at least 2 free tutorials. So, and I promise I don't send you when I don't need to. I will never spam you or overtax your mailbox with emails. I promise that. So let's pull up another one of these Moody Mauves and just put that in there. So here's the outside of our card. Isn't that pretty? So let's finish it up. And for the inside, we have another 4 by 5 1/4 and a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. And I wanted to carry through the design of the strip and the designer series paper. So we have a piece of 3/8 by 5 and a piece of 1/2 of the Moody Mauve cardstock by 5. And we're going to just adhere these two together. This is a quick and easy way to be able to carry through your design and add some color to the inside of your card. Okay, I tend to make mine a little longer. I'd rather have them longer than shorter and be able to trim them off. All right, and now we're going to adhere this to the edge of our card. I am going to leave a little bit of white there, just kind of as an accent point, and just on the very edge, simply because this is white on white, or white on mauve, I'm sorry, and I want that white edge to show through. And hang with me another minute so I can show you the other cards. Now, you certainly could put this edge on either side. Now, for my inside greeting, I chose Because You Totally Deserve It, where the front says Happy Birthday. So let's go ahead and stamp that. And we're ready to adhere this to the front of our card, or to the inside of our card. After you've done this once and you have to repeat it, you repeat yourself because you think, gee, I already said that today. Okay, so here's our card. What do you think? I love that pinwheel look. Isn't that pretty? Now let me bring in a couple others to show you. I'm going to set this one off to the side. Now this was one that I did, and I used a couple different things with this. This was with the Countryside Inn designer series paper, and on this I used the embossing folder, which is Countryside Blossoms, on the basic white, and then I used Balmy Blue cardstock. I embossed that, and then with the Countryside Inn 12 by 12 designer series paper, I cut squares. And look how pretty that is. So that's that one, and that has a pearl in the center. And instead of a greeting, this I believe is a thank you card, I actually tied a bow. This one says, "You're the sunshine that brightens so many of my days." Now this third one I did, it says, "Truly, deeply grateful," and used designer series paper front and back, and again embossed the solid, or the I believe that's, I forget what color that is, but embossed it. And then this one was from Retired Cards DSP that I had for winter. I wanted to see what a holiday card would look like and used basic white with it. So 3 different cards, or 4 different cards, using all different papers. So let me bring you back to me for a minute. It's a really quick technique. I love the pinwheel cards. It's a great way to use up some leftover papers. And you can make several of them. Just cut those squares and you can make several at one time. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please think about giving me a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video. It helps to bring those ideas and inspiration to others and help me, maybe even help them find my channel. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, have some fun, spend some time for yourself. And I will see you again on Tuesday, August 1st at 11 a.m. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you for joining me.